is that when you were baptized, you died. You can write that into your notes. Here's the thing. Paul is not saying, we often say baptism, some of you were at the baptism. We had a baptism just a week and a half ago. Were you down there at the park? Who was there? Yeah, we baptized, who did we baptize? Josh and Carl. Yes, give them another round of applause. That was fantastic. We watched the video of the baptism last week if you were here, and so we have one picture of baptism, of a real-life baptism that we just had, fresh in our minds for many of us. Now, often when we're at a baptism, and I said this, we say, and I said this when we were there, baptism is a symbol of dying, our old life being put to death, and coming back to life in Christ. And it is. It's a symbol. Symbols are powerful. But what Paul is saying here, so we often maybe think that baptism then is just a metaphor for dying. Or that what Paul is talking about here, when we were baptized, we died. That Paul is using a metaphor. Here's the thing, he's not. Paul is saying that when we were baptized, something changed. Something happened in the Spirit. In us, in Christ, something changed. When we gave our lives to Christ, there's nothing magical about baptism. It's not necessarily the moment you were baptized. Baptism is a symbol of it. It's really the moment you gave your life to Christ, and you did that in a full way. And baptism is a piece of that because you have to do it publicly in order to have really done it. When that happened, we didn't die physically. Okay, it's clear that he's not talking about physical death, right? I mean, it wouldn't even make sense if he were talking about physical death, right? We are those who have died. Well, he's got to be alive to be saying that, right? So he's not talking about physical death. But he's also not just using death as a metaphor. He is saying that we actually died in some real way in the Spirit when we were baptized and when we came to Christ. We were united with Christ in his death. And that is a spiritual reality.